You are listening to The Art of Sales. Everyone sells every day, and this is your source for conversational, real-world sales and prospecting methods that you are comfortable using and that get results. You'll help people buy instead of pushing them into being sold. Here's your host, Art Subcheck.
I was talking to a training client, and he was complaining that sometimes his sales reps just keep talking after the prospect is already sold. And he related it to the famous scene in the movie Jerry Maguire, where Tom Cruise goes into his emotional makeup speech. You know, the one where he says, "You complete me." Says that to his estranged wife, Dorothy, played by Renee Zellweger. And then she finally cuts him off mid-sentence with, "Shut up. Just shut up. You had me at hello." Now, that was a poor version of it. Go YouTube it. I mean, it's real tearjerker. So yeah, salespeople do this all the time. Actually, people in all types of communication do it all the time. Keep this in mind. People buy for their reasons, not yours. If they've already bought in their mind, regardless of whether or not they explicitly said that, stop selling and move to the next step, either getting the actual commitment or discussing the details of the sale. For example, if somebody just flat out volunteers the sale or the commitment, basically throwing their money at you, saying something like, "I want that," all right, well, you need to stop and then get into the details of getting the thing closed or delivered or implemented or whatever the next step is. Now, a rookie mistake, and I've made it, is getting so excited that we have to continue talking about how great the product or the service or the thing is. Instead, shut up. We had them at hello. Now, if they haven't volunteered the sale or commitment yet, but they're giving off these buying or possession or agreement signals, something like, "Oh yeah, this is really going to help us cut down on processing time," again, stop presenting and move to the commitment stage. Say something like, "Oh yeah, it will. So let's go ahead and get you started." Now, an exception here would be if you feel like you want them to sell themselves a little bit more. Now, the key words here, selling themselves, not you continuing to pitch. So in direct response to what they just said, get them to keep talking. For example, "Oh yeah, it will. How much time do you think it would save you?" Now, aside from wasting your most precious commodity, which is time, if you continue to sell when they're already sold, well, there's a much greater danger here. I call that buying it back. Yeah, they might decide to hold off, or worse, change their mind. And I see this all the time. It's all because we brought up something that they not only didn't think was a benefit, but now it created some doubt, or they looked at it as a negative. Again, they buy for their reasons. And when you bring up new information, it could start conflicting with those reasons. Let me say that again. When you bring up new information after they've already bought in their mind, it could cause them to start doubting their reason for wanting to buy. I heard a sales rep who had the prospect ready to give his credit card number, and then he added, "And we include a pre-printed UPS return shipping label if you need to send it back." All of a sudden, awkward silence. Then the prospect said, "So lots of people send this back?" Now, the sales rep was backpedaling as fast as he could. Well, yeah, not really. Well, sometimes. I mean, not a lot. Well, you know, the regular stuff. We just want to make it easy for our customers. And the prospect paused again and said, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give it some thought and I'll get back to you." Oh boy. So quit selling when they've already bought. Now, don't confuse that with congratulating someone on a great decision and reinforcing it. Timing, though, is key here. That takes place after you've wrapped up the details. Now, this can take away any buyer's remorse. Everyone likes to feel that they made a great choice after they did so. I remember when I bought my current TV, because, you know, you're always looking for a better one, right? So, you know, the 70-inch 4K, I told the rep in the sales conversation that I mostly watch sports and news and cooking shows. Now, after we had all the details wrapped up, he had my credit card number. The delivery was all set. Then he said, "Oh man, when you mentioned you like hockey, when you're sitting there watching a game, you're going to duck because you're going to feel like the hockey puck's coming right at you. And those cooking shows you watch, you're going to be tempted to grab the food right off the screen." Now, after he said that, I could not wait to get that baby home and plugged in. And he was right. So the simple lesson here, when you have them at hello, don't buy it back. Move forward. Okay, hey, you know what time it is.
Your attitude will be iron. Every way you'll never feel what they say. It's the art of the sales. Quote of the day.
That is right. It's time for the quote of the day. And today's quote, directly related to what I just talked about, is from Maria Kozler, who is a writer, poet, a photographer, artist, very creative person. Maria says, there are those who need to discipline their mouths at times. That's right. People who talk too much. All right. Hey, if you're getting value from this show, would you do a couple friends a favor and let them know about it? Send them to our show site, theartofsales.com, theartofsales.com. And while you're there, could I ask you for a favor as well? Pretty asking today, aren't I? Leave a 5-star rating and great review, again, if you're getting value, because this really helps other people find the show. It has something to do with the algorithms there, that what shows up when people are searching for sales shows. Hey, thank you so much for investing your valuable sales time with me. Until next time, go out and make it your best sales day ever. I'm Art Sobczak.